Well, not the same way it was in the old days, because in the old days there were lots of opportunities. We'd call it almost ceremonial opportunities. Now, every culture has these ceremonial opportunities. I don't like the word ceremonial, but it's the only way I can give you a picture around it. What are ceremonial opportunities? Well, like our kids going to school, it's a ceremonial opportunity. You get up, you get dressed, you go to school, you put on a uniform, you do this and that and so forth. And it's an opportunity where education can occur. Well, traditional Aboriginal societies also had a lot of ceremonial opportunities where certain things had to occur. And they were times when people would come together and there'd be a transfer of information. Unfortunately today, most of that happens around funerals. It's the only time when now a ceremonial opportunity occurs, because mainstream schools now have taken over the agenda, where people would say young men coming of age would spend 6 months with their uncles. A great time of learning and bonding with their uncles. Doesn't happen anymore. Now coming of age ceremonies might happen in 1 or 2 weeks, and then whoop, back to school. Back to school to learn what? Where they were learning a lot from their uncles and building a great relationship with a senior peer that they would carry all through their adult life. So the ceremonial opportunities go, the transfer of information stops, and then the young people are not coming to the old people anymore. The young people are now slurring off against the old people. Oh, you old people, you old language, you old law, you old culture. The old people are getting a bit jacked off with that, and they're saying, oh, these young people, they're so rebellious, we can't even teach them anything, because one thing in traditional law is you don't teach holy and precious information to people who are not prepared to treat it as holy and precious. So you just don't hand it on, because that gives them weaponry in a sense to be more dangerous. So a lot of the traditional hand-on of knowledge and all that is breaking down. Now, we are running programs to try and break through this by having conversations around that fundamental information that I keep talking about, around different issues, which tends to then bring people back to their traditional knowledge. Because as people become demystified, or they lose the confusion around the subject and they start to see it much more critically, what they then do, they start to discover their old culture was actually good. It had a function and a role to play. For instance, if we're talking about business, they realise the old Bukajukamrana Miri Dukadna, the old trading tracks and production of Ngamami and Gideon, all those things were good functional things, and all the terminology that's around it, the economic terminology, the social terminology and so forth, all have purpose to play. And so people can put it back into use, put that terminology back into use, and therefore the concepts that come with it. So we're hoping that we can still turn it around in Arnhem Land, but we've got the millions of dollars, is it billions of dollars, that are working against us in programs that are just trying to assimilate people across. And in the assimilation, the people get lost, totally and absolutely lost, into confusion.